Alright guys, the Mayor aka DM Reviews here, and today we're going to be starting off this channel with a bang. Today we got the new trailer for the new Venom movie, which is a sequel to 2018's Venom, and will be released on September 24th, 2021. Now, in this video, we'll be breaking down the trailer for the new Venom movie, Venom Let There Be Carnage, but before we hop into the breakdown, don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button if you are new, and I assume most of you are because this is the first video on the channel, and don't forget to comment what kind of reviews I should be making next. I have a lot of different ideas that I will be working on in the future. One of them is going to be Demon Slayer. I already have a script for Die Hard, so like I said, just comment what you guys want to see in the future so I know to actually make that content. And without further ado, let's hop into the breakdown. A quick disclaimer. I'm going to be mentioning timestamps in this video, and due to YouTube being YouTube and people deciding that they can make the trailer longer or shorter, the timestamps will be different maybe it'll be different from what trailers you have seen. So if it is, don't worry, this is basically your warning. So the first thing that we should talk about is the song in the beginning of the trailer, and this is the beginning of, I guess, sort of a song motif. The song during the opening breakfast sequence or scene is a song called Let's Call the Whole Thing Off by Fred Astaire. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. But this song is a song about an engaged couple realizing they aren't a good fit for each other since they have nothing in common. Now, this could be what Venom and Eddie are going through at the moment. They are forced to live together, but maybe they are starting to grow sick of each other and are wondering what life would be like without the other. Venom then makes breakfast for the two of them, and it looks kind of disgusting, and he wants to put ketchup on the waffles. However, he did make 2 plates, and he said the food looks good, so maybe he also eats food now outside of just human heads. Also, we do see that there's a rule that says no eating people. Since he is forced to write this, maybe he doesn't have as much control as he would like to have when he is in the Venom state, so he has to give him a rule of not to eat people. Now, another point for songs and our song motif that I pointed out earlier is that in the trailer, there's another song that is called One is the Loneliest Number by Harry Nilsson. Now, this song is about loneliness and how people need other people in their life so that they could be happy. And while the song is playing, the camera pans to Cletus, and it says, 2 can be as bad as 1, it's the loneliest number since the number 1. Now, this could be hinting at a few things, but this really could be hinting that Eddie doesn't want Venom anymore, or at least he wants to find another person with his symbiote who he can have an actual relationship with, because it's probably difficult to have human relationship with someone who doesn't have a symbiote, because he can't really relate with other people because of having Venom. So maybe he's now excited to find someone else who has a symbiote who he can relate to, but he then realizes that having another person with one as bad as Cletus probably isn't the best of things. So next I want to talk about something that me and my writers found in Carnage's prison cell. He has the word truth written in his cell on the wall. I will be putting it on the screen. So this could mean a number of different things. One, it could mean that someone betrayed him in the past and now he has to stress the truth of who he can trust and who he can't trust. But another reason is that he knows something that Eddie and the government doesn't want him to know, but he knows the truth. So there's a bunch of different reasons, but those are just 2 that are very big possibilities. So here's when the timestamps are going to be coming in, and like I said before, just a fair warning that anything that I say, the timestamps may be off from what trailer you have seen or what trailer you're watching while going over this with me. So at 1 minute and 3 seconds, we see Venom threatening to eat someone's head. Now, this is probably a torture or an interrogation scene. Maybe after Carnage escapes, Venom is looking for him and is now tracking down anyone who he knows had contact, or tracking down anyone who he knows may have had contact with Carnage. Next, at 1 minute and 7 seconds, we see that Eddie is doing some research. Now, on his computer, you can see he is looking at the Daily Bugle website, and then at 1:08, we see the Daily Bugle newspaper, and it's the same logo as in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. In the paper there's an article about Carnage and his victims, which is probably what Eddie is reading on his computer. But then there's another article which, from what we can see, says the word Avengers and then the word Nightmare. This is probably just the studio messing with us, but Doctor Strange 2 will be dealing with the multiverse, so maybe we could be seeing something along these lines in the Doctor Strange movie, or at least hinted to in the Doctor Strange movie. Now, at 113, we see the Ravencroft Institute. Now, the Ravencroft Institute is an institute meant to hold the criminally insane. Many adversaries of Spider-Man have been in this institute, and maybe this means that we will see, or at least have some Easter eggs to the famous Spider-Man villains. We're still waiting for a Sinister Six movie to come out, so maybe it will hint at the fact that it is in the New York comics, and maybe that we will be seeing a Sinister Six movie sometime soon. I am also hoping for that. At 116, we see a woman in white clothing who's looking in from a window as someone is being experimented on. Now, this person, who is most likely an inmate, is in a lot of pain, and maybe this woman who's watching from behind is one of the people who funded the Inhuman experiments, and maybe she's working for the Life Foundation, which is the main villains basically for the first Venom movie. And in this movie, it looks like they have not given up on their symbiote project. At 117, we see a woman who's laying in bed in the prison, and her name is Shriek. Now, Shriek's power is to shout as loud as a sonic boom, and if you remember from the last movie, which is just called Venom, anyone that is like Venom has only one weakness, and that is how they react to loud noises. So Carnage is probably going to break Shriek out of jail, convince her to be on his side, and she will help him defeat Venom. And at 152, we actually see her use her powers, and she is able to move objects with her supersonic scream. At 122, we see someone smashing a spider. This could be hinting that Spider-Man can be in this universe. Now, the director said that the people in the movie do not know of Spider-Man at this point. And the key word from that statement is "at this point." The wording of this quote leaves room to interpret it any which way you want, so maybe this movie can have Spider-Man's origin story in it, and there can be a possible end credit scene where we get to see some real Spider-Man hints. Now, at 147, and this will be the last point that I will be bringing down, because the rest of the trailer, it's not that it didn't have much, just it's random action clips, which doesn't leave much to actually break down. So at 147, we see what is probably the Ravencroft Institute burning down, and this is probably where the experiments were, and why Carnage is now destroying it. And we see a male and a female leaving, and from what we can tell, these two are Shriek and Carnage right before they are about to create chaos. So this was my breakdown / review of the trailer for the new Venom movie coming out later this year. So tell me if I missed anything down in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you enjoyed this video and you are new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content like this. This is the Mayor, aka DM Reviews, and I'll see you guys in the next review / breakdown, whatever it is. Peace.